What's going on? How have you been? I know I've been a little bit spotty. I'm gonna get better. It's really a lot going on. And I'm gonna talk to you about my driving experience. I am a professional driver now, right? That's a job. But I was doing these quests, right? And if you don't know too much about Uber, they have incentives, and I like the incentives part. That's what's helping me figure out if I'll be able to really be a Uber driver full time, right? So they had 70 rides that I needed to 70 rides I needed to complete over the weekend. And I was doing pretty good. I was at 40 rides, I believe. Yeah, 40 out of 70 rides, right? Moving into Saturday night, and it messed me up because I felt it on my heart, and I do believe that it was God wanting me to give this man a ride. I definitely hope that it had nothing to do with me being money hungry. I don't believe so, because like I told the client, the passenger who I had took, who was extremely inebriated, he was like so drunk. He was like almost like, I don't even think he was like that drunk. I feel like he was off of something else. I don't want to say certain words, especially not on my channel. Don't want that in the YouTube algorithm. I don't want to be associated with any other sorts. But he was living his best life, as I told him. And he told me in retort, he said that it didn't feel like he was living his best life. That's how gone or faded this man was. But let me get right to it. What messed me up, and I don't want to use this for an excuse as to why you haven't heard from me. I just know that I have to do better, and I will be producing, hopefully, God willing, more content for you as to what's been going on in life, how to get through this, how to survive, how to maintain, how to do what you gotta do for your family, because we are in this together. It takes a village to raise a family. It's elections and all that just passed. You know, I'm not political. I'm digressing right now. So let me get back to Uber and how I was on my route to 70 rides to get an extra payout bonus of $110. So I picked my man up. I'm looking for him. As soon as I pull up to the corner, right? Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you the whole story from start to finish. I drive up to the location. He's there. My man Ryan, he's there. For example, names may or may not be real. And disclaimer, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you the reality of what happened and what's going on. So we pull up to the destination. He immediately starts walking down the street. Mind you, this is a busy street. So he's walking. I don't know initially if this is my guy. No pun intended when I get to the story about if this is my guy, right? So we get there. He's walking down the street. I'm waiting. You wait some time, and then you can cancel the ride and say that they didn't show up or whatever fits the box applicable. So I waited. I start calling him. He's out of it. He's acting like he doesn't know what's going on. He's just telling me he needs to get out of there. He needs to get out of there. He needs to get out of there. I'm like, hey, you went walking the wrong direction. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. He's like, I can't understand you. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what he kept saying. Mind you, I called him 2 to 3 times. I had it in my heart to give this man a ride because, like I told him, in any other situation, I would have just canceled the ride and then went on to the next ride. I'm on a mission trying to complete this quest to get the money because, in theory, I wanted to use it for today for a Black Friday deal. but I'm going to save that for the next video probably, or another time, because I don't want to keep digressing, and I know I'll digress if I keep talking about it. So, boom. I end up talking to him nice and slow, like, hey, buddy, you ordered a Lyft or you ordered a Uber, and I'm here to pick you up. I'm going to drive down because you're on a busy street. I need you to know that this is me, and you're going to get into my vehicle. We got everything understood. He said, yes, I'm on the same page. All right. I drive down to him where he's at. He's just standing there like this, kind of, or let me not lie. He's just making a silly face. And then I roll down the window. I'm like, hey, you getting in? And this is where I said no pun intended, because he's looking at me. Oh, hey, are you my guy? And I'm like, yeah, man, come on, get in. Yeah, man, come on, get in. Yeah, man, come on, get in. So he gets in. I'm trying to gauge, like, how much he had to drink, because I know that he's messed up. I thought, right? Again, no pun intended. I thought his breath smelled like poo. So I'm going to keep going with the story. So we're talking, I'm asking him questions. He was acting like he didn't know too much. As the ride progressed, he ended up crying. He broke down in tears. I was asking him if he believed in God at all. He said he was struggling with it. I definitely told him that he was with him this night, because I explained to him how usually I wouldn't have given him the ride and I would have canceled it and went on my merry way. And he asked me a couple times, well, what made you do it? Like, what made you give me the ride? And I was telling him that I believe that it was God had a lot to do with it. I learned a lot, and it was very humbling. So let me continue with the story. So he's crying, and boom, we end up talking. And as the ride went on, he was like getting it together more and more in his head. We were able to have a conversation, and he did say that he was drinking a little bit. He didn't tell me that he was doing anything else. So it really just started to smell like pure poo. And I thought it was his breath. Then it got to the points where it was like, okay, no, it's him. And like, what's the extent of it? I'm salty. I don't like smells, let alone poop. If you know me, you know I'm not with any of that nasty stuff. So I'm doing the speed limit for sure, trying to get this man where he needs to go. Of course, the exit that I need to take is blocked off, so we gotta add another 6 to 8 minutes to the ride. We finally get this man to his hotel, and as we pull up and I'm dropping him off, he gets to talking about, oh, my golf clubs. Mind you, I told him, I'm like, no, you never had any golf clubs, Ryan. I barely got you in the vehicle to get you to where you need to go. You was acting like you never even ordered the Uber at first. But then as we drove along, he was like, yeah, I remember ordering the Uber and all that. Because when I was calling him and I pulled up on him, he was acting like he didn't want a ride, or he never ordered a ride. Like, he was just acting like, just out of it. And you'll be able to tell me what you think, if he was kind of playing it off or why he was acting like that. Clearly, he was, not in the right state of mind. But I end up dropping him off where he gets out, and I notice that he's still just standing there because he genuinely thinks that he has golf clubs in the back in my trunk. So then I drove up a little bit, then I stopped, put the car in park. Mind you, it still smelled like straight poo. I put the car in park, pop open my trunk to show him, like, look, bro, I don't want to just pull off and have you thinking like I stole your golf clubs or something. Like, you never had golf clubs. So then he was just, he gave me another fist pound. He was trying to do open hand. He gave me a fist pound before he got out of my vehicle, and he kept asking, like, why did I do it? He kept asking me, why did I do it? And I really felt like it was because of God, right? And I would say, because I always say it a lot to make a long story short, but this man pooed on himself. Yes, he pooped his pants. I don't know if he pooped his pants before he ever got in the vehicle with me, while he was in the vehicle with me, but it was all brown. It was all brown everywhere. I'm not going to lie. And it smelled real bad. Like I said, it got to the point it got to the point to where I was like, I'm sorry, these people just stopped and awkwardly walked past. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way, this man he just let it all out. Like, where did they do that at? Like, man, why didn't you tell me? That's why was why you was acting so just, are you my guy? No, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. You should not have did that, man. Just gonna come in here and poop all on my stuff. And then I would say it's not the worst part. I guess technically that is the worst part is I was out there I didn't get my mission, the quest. All that was out the window because I literally had to clean my vehicle. And thank God for my wife gave me something like a way to be able to clean it with soap and stuff. But it's just like, it's just so messed up. And God is great because he's the reason why that man got that ride. And I cleaned it up right, and then I go and I report it right to the app. And they basically told me because I didn't let the poop just sit on my seats for that night, for sure, that day, and then the next day go to a cleaning service to have it cleaned, and then send them the bill just so I can get the money for that cleaning service, right? Nothing, they're not paying me for my time. They're not paying me for going through any of that. That was what I was supposed to do. So me cleaning it proactively like a normal person, oh well, it happened. All that ride was for no more than $4 to $7. But it was a very humbling experience. And like I said, I really believe that God wanted me to do that and just to have that experience, to know that I can do this. But I never really had any. I do have other stories, but that one definitely takes the cake on, like, how you just gonna sit here and boo-boo in my car like that. Like, and then, like, be riding as if it never happened. Like, just now I understand why you were crying. Now I understand, because you couldn't believe how and I almost still can't believe. That's how I know it's through the glory of God, and he's great. Because I'm riding. I'm taking them like ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing wrong. You just got the boo-boo breath. And then, like I said, as the ride gets to going on, I'm like, oh, he got me. He got me. Which is Pookie. Like, we good now, but all that, where it was like, where you see black cat over here, all over there was brown. Ah! But we got through it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens, through Christ who strengthens you. Seriously, that just got my head all messed up, but it's no excuse. That's what I was really going through. As I was attempting to make money. But you want to know some real good news before I go for this video? The Detroit Lions. Did you see the game? Did you see how the kick was within 2 centimeters, basically? We won that game. So that was some good news. But I've really been trying to work and stay focused to the grind and doing what I need to do. We just had some setbacks, that's all. But God bless you. Always keep God first. Stay strong, stay blessed, stay healthy, and I appreciate and love you.